What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about my most popular video, answering some questions, maybe reading some comments to try to clarify some things. So to start off, to kind of give you a background story, I was just going about my day. I went to Lowe's, forgot a receipt, went and met my wife. The receipt was in her car, and this is what I pulled up to.
Just grab your get away from my wife's car. That's all I'm asking. You ain't going to me up.
So after about, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes of asking this guy, you know, hey, what are you doing? Why are you near her car? Can you please get away from her car? That's when I pulled out my camera just in case. And I'm glad that I did, because it really saved me, because it obviously shows the guy trying to attack me. Now, he said that he was going to kill me and all kinds of stuff, and I mean, I can't control what the guy does, but I'm just kind of telling you to fill you in. That's what he said. He was making threats. Probably didn't know what he was saying, but that's what he said.
Just leave.
So at this point, there are people from across the street that work there. They are also watching to see what happens, you know, make sure nobody gets killed or anything, I guess, I don't know. Maybe they're just interested. So they had actually told me that the guy was going around messing with people's cars, trying to get into them. And then that's when I showed up, and he was at my car trying to get into it. He's got some dent pullers. I don't know exactly what he planned to do with them or why he had dent pullers, but apparently that's his way of trying to get into the car. He had some tools in his hand, like a multi-tool or something. I don't know if he was trying to mess with the locks or what he was doing.
Excuse me? What the did you just say?
So when I say, excuse me, what did you just say? Obviously at this point I knew that things could possibly be hostile from there on out. At this point he proceeds to throw his dent pullers at me, and I knew that he was probably going to try and attack me. So I went ahead, I had my phone in my right hand, I switched my phone to my left hand. He says that he's been to Afghanistan, and he said he's fixing to F me up.
Afghanistan. I was coming up to the clubhouse.
I have no idea what clubhouse he's talking about, but there is a bar, or whatever you want to call it, a pub called the Clubhouse in the area, so maybe that's what he was referring to.
And I'm fixing to you up.
At this point, my phone is in my left hand. He walks around my grandfather and he says he's fixing to F me up. So I step back a couple feet, and then I just wind up and I hit him in the jaw with my right hand, just one hit. A lot of people say this is fake because the camera, you know, whatever. But let me tell you, it was hard enough filming it at all while still holding the camera. And I'm sure a lot of you do understand that. But I did try to get the best possible footage that I could while still, you know, hitting somebody in the face, protecting myself because he was about to attack me. So I hit him, and the guy just folds like an omelet. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that I'm a fighter whatsoever. I'm not. I was only protecting myself. I did not start anything. He started it and I finished it. So then I wait a couple minutes. I go in and talk to my wife. And I told her, you know, this guy tried to attack me, and I knocked him out. She's like, what? Who are you talking about? I'm like, she thinks that I'm joking, but I'm actually not. You know, I was just, like I said, just trying to protect myself. And that's what happened. That's how it ended. Obviously the cops came, showed the cops the video, and they showed me, or they, you know, obviously approved it of being self-defense because the guy was attacking me. He was being hostile towards me. I was being calm about it the entire time. But that's what happened. And then he was knocked out for probably, till the cops got there, I would say about 8 to 10 minutes at least, maybe even 15 minutes. But he just laid on the ground the whole time. A lot of people said that it appears that he said the words "thank you" after I knocked him out. It did sound like he said that. I have no idea if that's actually what he said. Like I said, I'm not the fighting type. I don't start things. But, you know, if I have to finish them, you know, sometimes that's just, you got to do what you got to do to protect yourself. The cops got there, and at first he was, you know, he was complying with what they were telling him to do. And then he proceeded to try and beat up the cops, which obviously ended a whole lot worse for him. The cops, they did what they needed to do, and they handled the situation professionally. And they finally did get the guy up, get him into the car. Once they did get him into the car, obviously he was saying, you know, all kinds of mean things towards me once he figured out what happened.